There is a lot of videos on YouTube about starting a Turo business, about, what kind of car to buy for a Turo business. And there are no videos except for Automotive Life, the guy named Lucky that talks about starting an independent car rental agency. And I'm going to tell you why. People take the path of least resistance, right? And I've been in the car rental business 3 months, 3 weeks, going on 4 months, right? And I already see that I will make way more money going direct than using Turo or hire car. I've already been approached several times by people. And the only thing is, September, I'm going to shoot for getting my commercial policy. And that's going to open up the doors for me to rent direct. And what I'm going to do is start a series of programs. Let me give you an example. I know that I can put an ad on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. Hey, $1,000 a month, rent this car. And then after you have rented this car for 6 months, I will sell you this car without a credit check. I know that will hit hard, hit really, really hard. And I'm running some experiments with hire car, and a lot of people are looking at the mileage and stuff because I was having a conversation with a guy and he said, that seems like a lot of money. I said, name one other place that you can actually get a car today, get the keys, be on the road, be making money with no money down. Name one. He said, I can't think of one. I'm like, there you go. So I know in the future, let me tell you what right now I'm going to use hire car and Turo. But once I get my own commercial insurance, I can literally rent out that Porsche and Mercedes out on Craigslist or Facebook. And one of the reasons that you don't see people talking about going independent is they don't want to do the marketing. And that's the whole point, because I'm getting ready. Let me tell you something I'm getting ready to do. I'm gonna have someone build me a website. I'm gonna put all my cars on there because hire cars search feature sucks. It absolutely sucks. And Turo's search feature kind of sucks because you go ahead and you put your address and you start to see. So I'm going to start my own marketing campaign for my cars on Turo and hire car. And I'm going to have a website with the car and the rate. And one of the things I'm going to do is, if you want to rent this car, because essentially I can have a link under each car that goes to hire car and that goes to Turo, right? And then I can set it up. And I got to talk to a web developer, because what I want in the future is you can go to Mac Daddy Autos, boom, see the car you want, and rent it online. I've seen several people who had websites for cars, but you have to call them to rent the car. And that's a little clunky. And as an internet entrepreneur, that's friction. And they're losing money. They don't know they're losing money, but they're losing money. So in the future, I'm going to have a website where you can go book the car on the website. And either, we're going to have a whole variety of features where, like on hire car, I have delivered a few cars on hire car. No one else is offering that service. It's like, if you do a 7-day rental, I'll bring the car to you. Because one of the things that I'm learning is that a lot of people, it's not like it was when I was growing up. When I was growing up, if you needed someone to give you a ride, knock on their door, you get a ride, right? A lot of people don't have friends, they don't have help, and they literally need someone to bring them the car because they don't have a car. I took this car to this girl. She does DoorDash and she has kids, and her boyfriend was at work. So I delivered the car to her, and she cashed out me $50 delivery fee. So one of the things that I'm going to do, and this is something you don't see, like Turo is just a stepping stone. 3 years from now, once again, like I said, 3 years, because this isn't going to happen overnight, but 3 years from now, I'm going to have my fully functioning website where people can go rent cars. And, I will use Turo and hire car as long as they're beneficial. But the minute that they stop being beneficial, they're gone. Because Once I get that commercial insurance and I can rent direct, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I can make so much money. Like right now, if you didn't know, hire car hits up the renter with insurance. And this is what's kind of disgusting, because I have my rate and then hire car hits them with, like, I think $12 to $20 for insurance per day. But here's the thing about that, and this is why it's garbage. I cannot use that insurance. Let me say this again. I cannot use that insurance. I can only use my insurance on my side. I cannot use the money that they're paying insurance for, renting my car. I cannot use that insurance. It is of no use to me. And that really, really sucks, because a guy, he broke it down to me. He showed me what they pay on their side. And once again, to do some testing, I'm going to rent some cars on hire car just to see how the process goes from the renter's perspective. But you're not seeing anyone talk about getting their own commercial insurance. And I've already went around my first set of inquiries about commercial insurance, and next month I should have 30 cars. I've got one that's wrecked. I got two that's wrecked. I'm going to fix the Acura, and I'm probably going to buy one or two more cars, so it should give me like 30 cars that I can put on my commercial insurance policy, because Geico be tripping. Geico be tripping. Geico sent me some query, and they wanted to ask me questions about my policies. I've not made a claim. I've actually removed some cars because I was like, I no longer own that car. I want to remove it. But they're tripping. So I'm going to get me a commercial policy. I'm going to start working on that. That's going to probably be one of my things to do next week. But I'm also start working on my dealership license. I have my office. I got to get a phone line for my office, and then I got to get my surety bond and some other stuff. I got to get that. So once I get that, then I will get my dealer's license. And what I'm planning on doing is, running more tests, because essentially I've run a lot of tests for hire car, and I feel that I have a pretty good grasp of hire car and how hire car works. Turo is more tricky. Turo is takes a little bit more finessing, but I'm working on it. But when I get my dealer's license, I'm gonna buy one car per month, and I'm gonna sell it. And then I'm gonna take that money and buy another car and then sell it, and just keep flipping it until I get that budget to a certain level. And then I'll start taking money out of that. It may take me 6-7 months of flipping cars to get to maybe a 50, 60,000. I don't know, because once again, I haven't done it. I don't know. But so I'm going to be running the car rental business. I'm anticipating hiring someone probably October. And I'm anticipating having my commercial insurance by September. And I'm anticipating having my dealer's license by October. I'm thinking October. And then I'm going to start running some more experiments. Like, once I get my commercial insurance, I can go out to the auction and buy a $5,000 car. $5,000 car is like a $7,000 to $8,000 car on the dealer's lot, right? And I can buy this $5,000 car and then put it in my rental program. Hey, if you rent this car for 6 months, $1,000 per month, I will sell it to you for a $500 payment for 12 months after that. So I spend $5,000, I make $6,000 on the rental, I make $1,000 profit, and then I make $500 for 12 months, which is $6,000. So I just made $7,000 off this $5,000 car. That's just one of my plans, because like I'm really excited, because once I get my commercial insurance, and also I have to create another LLC, which I'm really proficient at, and it's going to probably be Mac Daddy Deluxe. Now, why do I need to do this? I had someone who talked to me, because I'm going to be a dealer and I'm going to be renting cars. I don't want my rental car insurance policy to be on the same policy as my dealer policy, because I can end up paying too much money for having one car, because they're going to count all the cars the same. So I'm going to have a separate rental car company, Mac Daddy Deluxe. That'll probably be the website. I don't know, because once again, we're not there yet. I got to play around with that. But I am telling you that anyone who's been on Turo for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, they don't have their commercial insurance, they don't have their own website, they don't know the market, they are leaving money on the table. They're leaving so much money on the table, because I could literally take $100,000 and get 20 cars and create this rental car program. $100,000, $5,000 cars, go ahead, install a GPS kill switch in all of them, because they will be buy here, pay here. And literally make so much money doing that. And that's just going to be one segment, because I'm going to have the nicer cars for Turo and my premium renters. Then I'm going to have middle of the road cars. And then I'm going to have the $5,000 cars for the buy here, pay here program, rent a car program. I would probably buy Hondas and Camrys and Toyotas for that program, because I'm looking for cheap used cars that are dependable. So I will go back, because right now I am not buying any more Camrys or anything for hire car, because, and the funny thing with hire car, I've seen a lot more VMWs on the hire car since I started doing these videos. Like, there was literally one on there before I started. Now there's like 15 in addition to mine. People are watching the videos, man. They're watching the videos. But that's cool, because there's enough money for everybody. What I'm going to do in the future, and I'm going to, for the corporate paper people, y'all going to get so much game. Y'all going to get so much real business game. It ain't funny. Because I'm looking at, start your Turo business, put your car on Turo. And I've noticed that all of these entrepreneurs do multiple things. They're doing Turo, they're doing Airbnb, they're doing this. And I'm going to say this. I don't think any of them make what I make per month with all their businesses combined. Because there's a thing is called focus. Like, I'm going to start another business, but I have to get this business up and running and automated and employees hired and all this other stuff. So I'm not there yet. And this is why I've been doing this going on 4 months. End of August would be my 4th month. And there are people on YouTube who are literally telling you that you can quit your job and make all this money in 3 weeks, a few months. And I'm here, I'm showing you, it ain't real. I'm like, it ain't real. And also, I feel that I'm coming to the end of my repair nightmare. I'm buying all these used cars. They need brake jobs. They need services. Oil changes, that's not too bad. I do an oil change on every car I get. But I think that we're getting to the end of that, where I think we're going to have very few repairs next month, because I had to fix so much stuff. And then one of the things I've learned is when the headlight goes out on the Mercedes, oh my God, that's like $3,000. And, just go ahead, slap that corporate credit card, pay it, and just keep moving. Just keep moving. Just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And I anticipate next month is going to be a $30,000 month. We have 10 more days in this month. I am at 14,000. So I can potentially do 22, 24. It just depends upon how things go. But I'm currently at 14,000. So this is going to be a 20-something thousand dollar month. And this is the thing. I don't have all my fleet rented out. I have the black BMW, the diesel, the gold BMW, the gray X5, the blue X5, the white X5, the Porsche goes out today. So I think I have 18 vehicles rented out. And what I'm going to do, my goal is to get everything rented out for September, because that's going to make a huge, huge difference. Your car makes no money sitting with you. So next week, we're going to work on getting everything next month. This month's going to be over Like we got next week, and then the week after we roll into September. Football season, man, it's going to be crazy. So Turo to me is just a stepping stone, but I'm going to have a full-fledged independent rental agency. And also once I get my commercial insurance, I may start experiment. I may go out and buy 5 box trucks just to see what they do. Pay cash for them, put them in the rental fleet, and see what happens with the box trucks and cargo vans. And there's going to be segments. There's going to be my premium line. That's going to be the Mercedes. That's going to be the Porsche. There's going to be the middle of the road line. That's going to be my BMWs. And then there's going to be the economy line. So I'm going to have 3 different market segments and just see which one does better, because I'm going to be running experiments. But one of the things you consistently see these people is like, stick a car on Turo, stick a car on Turo. And if you're in a destination spot like Las Vegas or Florida, these people, it's very easy. But if you're not in a destination spot, you could not be making a lot of money, or you're very far from the airport, you could not be making a lot of money. So what we're going to do and what we're going to build is a full independent rental car agency. And the first step is to get the website, because there's going to be the first website, and then there's going to be a website after that, because there's going to be the website that's going to direct people to Turo and direct people to hire a car. And then there's going to be a website that's going to be fully integrated where you can rent the cars directly on the website. And then this is where I get to impose my will. This is where I get to say, hey, we need a credit card, we need a deposit, and all this other stuff. I can do all this fancy stuff, because the reason that hire car works is, let's say your name is John, and John, you need to make some money. You signed up for Uber, you don't have a car, and you only have $150 to your name. You can leverage that $150 into a car rental, go out and make some money and pay your car rental as you go. I mean, for a person who's in financial dire straits, it's one of the best things going. So, it's like, you got to have a credit. Like, these folks don't have credit cards. These folks are economically fragile. And I'm seeing that a lot of them, because I don't think a lot of them know that they could write off the car rental as a legitimate tax deduction. I think most of these guys are not set up with an LLC. Most of these guys are not keeping good records. And I'm probably going to create a class and just make it free for them. It's like, these are the things you need to do if you're doing Uber and Lyft to maximize your money. So make a class for those guys. So there's a whole bunch that's coming. There's so much that is coming, but everyone is talking about Turo. They're not really looking at the grander picture, because I've already figured out a way where I can have my car rental rent to own program and make millions with cars. Because here's the thing, people on Turo, like the video I did with the guy who, he's just an asshole. He wanted a car he couldn't afford. So a lot of people on Turo are looking for experienced cars. They're not looking for regular cars. They're looking for experienced cars that are cheaper than renting a regular car from Hertz or somewhere. And then what's happening on hire car, people are looking for something they want to drive. They're looking for something cheap. They're looking for something that they want to drive. And then with the car rental program and advertising on Craigslist, that's going to be, because each Turo customers are a different bucket, hire car customers are a different bucket, and the rent to own program I'm going to run on Craigslist, that's a different bucket. Totally different people, totally different audiences that want different things. And I'm going to serve them all, because I got an office, I got a parking lot. Literally, if I had 100 cars, I have a place to park them. And I don't have to worry about, you mean you got too many cars in your driveway, man. You got 8 cars in your, I don't have to worry about that. So, and also, like, my goal was to move to Midtown to a penthouse, but I'm probably going to move somewhere around here, because I'm literally 5 minutes from my office, and I don't want to be like 20 minutes from the office. I don't want to be in that situation. And then I got to move all of the records and stuff over to the office. I got to move all the spare keys to the office, because we're going to start operating out that office pretty hot and heavy. And there's going to be a lot of more things that are going to be going down in the office. So Turo is just a starting point, and hire car is just a starting point. The future is about being independent, where you can do what you want. And I have a feeling that once I buy these box trucks, it's going to be kind of crazy. Once I buy these box trucks, it's going to be kind of crazy, because I'm looking at what people are renting. There's a girl on hire car, and she has minivans for $70 a day. She never rents them. A lot of people don't want a minivan. You know who wants minivans? Families, husband, wife, 2-3 kids. That's who wants minivans, families. But the average person doesn't want a minivan. They don't want to drive a minivan. And around here, I don't see a lot of minivans. I see SUVs. And I may go ahead and experiment with some few SUVs just to see what will happen. And yeah, so once again, if you see someone who's talking about Turo and how to optimize, and look at where they are. If they're in Vegas or California or somewhere, understand what they're telling you is probably not going to work in your market if you're not in Vegas or California. It's just not, because I've been looking at markets, I've been looking at what people do, and Turo is very much market driven. It's not tactic driven. Like, you could take this tactic and apply it from California to New York and it will work. That doesn't work. Not with Turo. And I'm finding it out. Like, I'm in Atlanta, which is not, a lot of people come here, and like I said, my car's just stopped. I've got a few bookings for October, but literally it was just rolling. I mean, it was like rolling. It just stopped. So I don't know if it's a seasonal change. I don't know if this is normal because I'm new to Turo, but I do know this, that I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on hire car, and I'm going to work on getting my commercial insurance, because if I had my commercial insurance right now, I wouldn't have any cars in stock. This I know. I would not have a car in stock. All my cars would be rented out if I had my own commercial insurance. So to a degree, and because I'm a marketer, I'm not afraid to market. And this is one of the things that will hold you back and keep you from making money. The lack of marketing, because I'm thinking of all kinds of things I could do. I may actually run radio spots. V103. Hey, you want to rent to own? Come down to Mac Daddy Autos. Just run it as a test to see what happens. See how many people show up. Because essentially, you don't know what's going to happen until you actually do it. And then once you do it, you get valid data points, and then you get information to make better decisions in the future. So we're going to be doing a whole lot more that's coming in the future. So if you're not in the corporate papers, you want to get in the corporate papers. Clock's ticking. The clock's ticking in two ways. Number one, you're already 3 weeks behind, probably 4 weeks behind when you see this video. And you're behind with your empire building. Look, guys, I know all these people are telling you can start these businesses, make all this money, and do little or nothing, and be hanging out with Baby Babu and Big Booty Betty. The reality is you're looking at a 2 to 3 year journey. And this is the thing that's going to happen. Those 2 to 3 years are going to pass whether you're actively working on your future or not. So be one of the people who's actively working on their future. Go below, enroll in the corporate papers, and I will see you guys in the next one. Remember, use promo code August so you can get 50% off, because the price is going up September 1st. I'm just letting you know. So you want to get in and get this good corporate game right now.